guys are having an amazing day today. Hello and Merry Glowmas.
Jingle bells.
No, okay, I'm gonna stop. No, I'm so excited. Today, as you are watching this, is the very first day of Glowmas. We are in for 31 days of fun. I'm not gonna lie, not to like toot my own horn, I feel like I really crushed this year. I have so many amazing, awesome videos planned out. This is probably the year that I am the most confident in every single video that I am producing for Glowmas. I'm so excited for you guys to watch and see this content. I'm over the moon. First of all, let's get started into our holiday season with our very first candle of the day for Glowmas. Today's candle of the day, we had to go with a good old classic Winter Candy Apple. I know this is a bit of a polarizing scent. I feel people either love it or hate it. I'm a lover of the Winter Candy Apple, and I feel like it just, for me, smells like winter, smells like Christmas. So we are burning this today in homage to the start of Glowmas, and today's video is going to be an anti-haul. I love anti-hauls, and I always think they're such a fun way to kick things off. And this, more importantly, it's not just any anti-haul. You silly child. You didn't think we were just gonna start this year off with any anti-haul. No. We're gonna be roasting holiday gift sets today, and I could not be more elated. I love roasting holiday gift sets. I love giving my honest opinions about these because I feel as if this time of year, holiday gift sets get really hyped up, and for good reason. Some of them have really good products, sometimes you get really good deals, but I do think that holiday releases and holiday gift sets can be somewhat of a slippery slope. I think there's a lot, especially this year. I think there's so many more this year than normal because honestly of COVID. I think companies probably had a lot of extra stock on hand that they needed to kind of get rid of. So that's why this year, I mean, I could have scrolled forever on the whole little Sephora gift sets page because every single company had just so many different sets. And I think that's really a testament to kind of where the market's at right now. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater. It's got Santa and it says there's some hoes in this house. I love it. I got Charles one too. I need to stop talking. The first thing I did want to talk about is actually the gift sets that Colourpop came out with. Now, I think that Colourpop actually came out with a really great sort of array of gift sets. The gloss sets are a pretty good deal, but some of these concern me just a wee bit, and particularly the ones I want people to steer clear of are the lippy sets, the lippy pencils, the lippy crayons, those lip sets. The ones I'm talking about in particular are you get 36 lip pencils for $55, and you can also get 19 lip crayons for $36. Here's the thing. I get that this is like a very good value. Like, I won't lie, very good value for what you're getting. You're getting a ton of stuff for a little amount of money. Everybody loves that. However, I will warn against the accumulation of stuff, because even if you're just like first time ever buying makeup in your life, you're just starting out in makeup, you would think in theory this might be a good thing, but honestly, it's just so much. Nobody needs 19 new lip pens coming your way, like the lip crayons. You don't need 19 new lipstick colors coming into your life all at one time. It's not like you're accumulating these shades and you're curating them and you're picking them over the course of a year. This is a set bundle with set colors that, for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them are very similar colors. Spending this money to get all of these at one time, I would argue that like 80% of those are never going to get used. You're going to find your favorites. Those are the ones you're gonna gravitate towards, and those are the ones you're going to use, because that's kind of what happens when you buy an obscene amount of makeup at one point in time. There's always stuff that doesn't get used. So just from a waste perspective, even if it seems like a really good bargain and a really good deal in this moment, realistically, you're bringing a lot of crap into your life that you just don't need. It's the same thing with the lip liners. You're going to have your few, and then the rest are going to sit in your drawers. And the other thing about it is, it's not like it's something small. Like, you're not getting a mini product. These are full-size products. Do you know how long it takes to get through a full-size lip pencil, a full-size lip crayon? They take forever. It's not like you're gonna go through these super fast and like pick your favorite colors. That would have actually made more sense if they made them minis instead of full sizes, because then at least you wouldn't be accumulating so much product at one point in time. I feel actually very, very similar about Colourpop sets that are the eyeshadow palette sets. Again, I can understand the appeal, especially if you're like new to makeup or you just don't have a lot of colorful eyeshadows or you just really wanted these. I can understand the appeal to wanting to get 6 palettes all at once for like a really great bargain. I understand that, but at the same time, it's the similar thing's gonna happen. Getting 6 eyeshadow palettes at one time is just so much, and you're just never going to use all of that. And it's not even about like panning everything you get. You're never even going to touch at least one of those. At least one is going to get shoved to the side and never seen again, because you're bringing in such a large quantity of makeup at one point in time. So while I do think that a lot of these Colourpop deals are very good, and I think a lot of the sets are great, I also will warn that maybe it's worth thinking about, do I really need to bring all of this just pure quantity into my life just because it's a good deal? Okay, next I would like to talk about the Anastasia Beverly Hills mini palettes. So they have the mini Norvinas 1, 2, and 3. I've actually got the 3rd Norvina mini through a friend of mine who was decluttering it. I'm not going to lie, the formula was incredibly lackluster. It wasn't even similar to the Anastasia Pro palette formula, and it wasn't at all similar to the Anastasia normal formula. There's like a blue duochrome shade in here that is so unbelievably beautiful when you swatch it, but when you put it on the eye, it flakes off and falls off and honestly just doesn't end up looking very good. And in reality, if these other 2 palettes are the same formula, I cannot imagine they're worth it. Also, if I had to place bets, I would place a huge bet that after Christmas, this is going to be on sale, even more discounted. Like, I would imagine that this $49 price point is going to drop down into the 30s. Don't quote me on that, but that would just be my assessment and prediction, because I believe that this is one of those gift sets that was put together because they didn't sell a lot of the individual palettes. By the time these mini palettes launched back in 2019, people had already been a little bit sick of the oversaturation of Anastasia. We had all these massive pro palettes, we had all of the collaborations that came out, which we'll talk about in a second. We had all this stuff already from them. So by the time these mini palettes came out, the hype for Anastasia releases had kind of drastically declined. And I can only imagine that in 2020, the year of people not shopping because of COVID, I can only imagine that that really made this worse. So I think that this set was created out of palettes that hadn't been sold, and it was kind of trying to be used as a way to get rid of stock. And I don't think it's going to work. So if I had to put money on it, I would say that these are going to be even more discounted. So at the very least, I would at least wait until Boxing Day, like the day after Christmas, if you really have your heart set on buying these. But just from my personal opinion as well, the formula on these is not very good. You can do much, much better for the formula. You could literally buy like a $50 eyeshadow palette that's really good and has great reviews and has an amazing formula that isn't like these 3 minis that have kind of a weird subpar formula. You know what I mean? Just a thought, just something to think about. Okay, next. I have the Sephora Collection Jungle Glaze eyeshadow and lash set. Basically in this, you get one of the Sephora eyeshadow palettes. It looks like a brown liner, some lash glue, and a set of Sephora lashes. And it's $15. I would caution, this was kind of put in as a representation of all of the Sephora sets. Sephora, the brand, like the Sephora brand makeup, does actually have some really good products in their collection. For example, I really enjoy their brushes and their blushes. I think are really good. It has been shown time and time again that specifically their eyeshadow palette formula for their holiday collections is never good. It's never, ever, ever good quality. They've actually had some decent eyeshadow palettes in general, but when it comes to eyeshadow palettes for their holiday collection, it always misses the bar. Sephora basically makes these types of deals, and the reason they're so cheap, I think, is because they make these for people who like maybe are trying to buy their loved one makeup, but they don't know what to get them. So they have these like pre-made sets that in theory look nice and look like a good deal, but are actually a really, really bad formula. So I feel like these are kind of made for people who don't know a ton about makeup or are newer to makeup or trying to buy their loved one a gift. And I think that's why they kind of skimp out on the quality. I think they know that for the most part, actual like makeup lovers don't typically buy their eyeshadow palettes, not really that hyped up or, you know, super talked about. So in general, I would say to steer clear of most of the Sephora holiday stuff. Their stuff in general is not bad. I think they just absolutely lessen the quality for their holiday limited edition releases. They kind of pull a Too Faced in that sense, which we're going to talk about Too Faced actually, I think right now. Yeah. Also, as far as the lashes go, I actually heard that the Sephora lashes are not bad and actually are at a really good price point. So honestly, I would just buy a pair of lashes. Like, forget the eyeshadow palette that that person is really never going to use or you're never going to use because it's bad quality, and just buy a set of lashes for yourself if that's what you want. Okay, let's talk about Too Faced. I again, feel as though this is a representation because I know Too Faced always comes out with like a million different holiday collections that are always sold on like random parts of the internet. Like, I feel like they have like the QVC side that they sell to, they have the Sephora that they sell to, they have Ulta that are different collections. They have different collections all across the board, pretty much everywhere. For Sephora, they had the Enchanted Beauty makeup set, which is a little blush and highlighter like duo thing, and then a little palette and a little Damn Girl mascara. Listen, it is a known fact. It is factual that Too Faced lowers their quality of makeup or their holiday releases. They do not put out... Now, Too Faced in general is just shady as hell in the sense that I feel like they're always super touch and go. Like, sometimes their eyeshadow palette formula is amazing and sometimes it is absolute, like, steaming hot garbage. And then there's really no in between. It's either amazing or horrible. What I can say definitively is that their holiday collections are always horrible. People get sucked in because of the very cutesy packaging, which I see that this has. It has like an adorable little, is that a fox? I thought it's cute. They have a little like fox with pearls and a tiara, and they have this beautiful like chandelier stuff. And again, it seems like a very good value because you're getting the mini mascara, the blush and highlighter, and the palette all for $36. That seems like a lot of makeup for a really good deal, and it's very cutesy, right? I think it's very telling though that this, in comparison to other holiday releases, is very tame for Too Faced. Like, they used to make whole houses that people would buy and like collect for the holidays, and now they've tamed it down to stuff that's a lot more simple and also obviously a lot more cheaper to make. Like, this is obviously a cardboard packaging, super simple component, nothing crazy that they're doing with it. And I think that's just a testament to how word's kind of gotten around that the Too Faced holiday stuff isn't worth it. And I can imagine that in the last couple of years, they've seen a decline in holiday sales as a result of their quality being not so good. Seems like now you can tell they just put as minimal effort into it as possible. Because, like, what is this color story? Literally, what is this? Put as little effort into it as possible, put as little effort into the formula as possible, and I think the Too Faced holiday sets in general, pretty much all of them, are just these kind of quick cash grabs. I know they put out these little mini palettes recently that are like 6 pans, that are metal, that have like really cute themes to them, and again, I would just always caution with Too Faced. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm anti-hauling it. I'm not buying it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't either with those, because it's your choice. But I would just always be wary with Too Faced of the formula being really hit or miss. And especially in a time when we can't go in to swatch things ourselves and like try things out first, I would caution against buying from brands who don't have consistent formulas like Too Faced. Okay, NARS came out with this mini orgasm double duo. The packaging kind of looks low-key like an ornament, like a Christmas ornament, and I just always hate the idea of covering your tree in makeup. I know that the idea is like you come out on Christmas morning and you can like look through the tree to find your gifts. I just inherently think that's just ridiculous because you're paying more for that little tab. Just buy makeup and like glue a little ribbon to it and you can do literally the exact same thing and the markup is going to be way less. But anyway, it's my little rant of the day. This whole video is a rant. Who am I kidding? NARS is coming out with the mini orgasm double duo. And it's basically their orgasm blush with like a highlighter. I really would just anti-haul these because when NARS says mini, boy do they mean mini. And when you're buying face product minis, especially with how small these are and then them becoming even smaller because it's a duo, being able to even put your brush into a product like this to try it would be incredibly difficult. If these were like eyeshadows, I would be a little bit more lenient, but because they're face palettes, you are not going to be able to put your brush into that blush without also hitting the highlighter that's in there. You can't do it without mixing the two, which is not really the intended purpose of of the palette. I would argue it's honestly better to just try to find like a NARS 100 point perk at Sephora that has just the blush or just the highlighter, just because when you already have something so small and then you put two products in, it just really does not work. You would literally have to use an eyeshadow brush to get the blush out and apply it like a blush, and that doesn't work for anybody. And for $24 for the size of the pans you're getting, these are absolutely not worth that price. These are worth like $10 maximum for the amount of product and the size of the pan that you are getting. Okay, can I just say really quick that the Anastasia like vaults, they came out with their vaults again. It's a mess on the Sephora website. They have the Soft Glam collection and it's for $49, and in the Soft Glam collection like tab, it's a picture of the Sultry palette. And then they do have the Sultry palette, they have that one below it, but that one is like $65 instead of $50, but it's the same thing. You're getting the eye primer, the liner, and the mascara and a palette, but one is $65 and one is $49. So I'm confused right off the bat. But anyway, I genuinely love some of the Anastasia palettes that they included in these bundles. Like if you know, you know, I love the Sultry palette, I love the Soft Glam palette, and I love the Jackie Aina palette. They're some of my favorite palettes, not only from Anastasia, but just in general. I love those palettes. I thought it was a really good deal, and I don't know if they're doing this, but I didn't see it. I thought it was a really good deal last year when they had, you could buy like 4 of their palettes in one bundle. I thought that was a good deal because even though you're accumulating a lot of makeup, what I saw a lot of people doing was being like, hey, I already have the Modern Renaissance, so I'm going to give the Modern Renaissance in this set to my friend, and then I'll get the ones that I've been missing. Like it was a really good deal for people to split up and share, or even go like halvesies in on it. It was really, really cool, and I thought that was a cool concept. Now doing it where you get these other products from the brand, I honestly hated the eye primer, hated the liner, and haven't tried the mascara, so I cannot give an opinion, but I have not heard rave reviews about it one way or another. So really none of those products are good. Like I have not seen anybody rave about those products, and I've personally tried some of them and did not like them. So for that reason, I'm anti-hauling it. But also, if you really want one of the palettes, just buy one of the palettes. It's $42, 42 to 45, I guess, depending, but it's $42 to $45. Just buy the singular palette. You don't need this extra crap. You don't need the extra liner. You don't need the extra eye base. You don't, for an extra what? Like if they're $65, it would be an extra like $20 to $25 extra for all this extra little crap that you just don't need. And also I get that it's like a cute box and you can like pull it and it says Anastasia. Go on Etsy. I'm sure somebody is doing something very similar to these cute little glitter boxes that you can put your palettes into store. Like I am positive that Etsy sellers are on that. Unless these are like your favorite products and you happen to just not have one of the palettes and you're really hankering for it, I would say to skip these in general, because overall it's just, it's like the one thing you do want surrounded by the crap that you don't really need nor want. The palette is the thing you want, and these other things are just extras surrounding it that you don't really need. Okay, next. I would also really caution against the Mario Badescu mini spray set. It's $20. It's on sale for $15 right now. It's $20 to $15. Honestly, it took me a long time to admit this to myself. Those sprays don't do anything. They're fun to spray and they're fun to use and they're like an experience. Like I do enjoy the mist, but like they don't do anything. Just get some water and drop a little essential oil in there. Make sure it's like skin safe and all that. But if you really just want to spray fragrance on your face, like that's basically what you're doing with these. You could even get some like food coloring. Wait, that might stain your skin. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. Don't put food coloring in it. That'll stain your skin. That was literally the stupidest thing I've ever said. Anyway, I wouldn't say these sets are worth it. I think these might be cool for somebody who's like maybe younger and is just starting to get into skincare and kind of just wants to play around with basic products. Because this isn't going to like irritate your skin for the most part or like hurt you. It's just, again, kind of a waste of money. You're basically just getting like flavored water to spray on your face with these sets. And it took me a long time to admit that because I really liked how the product felt when I sprayed it, but it was just kind of a waste overall. Finally, there is a lot of hair care products in these bundles. And here's the thing is just, especially the blow dryer deals. I've been doing like hair and stuff for so long at this point, and the like $30 blow dryer I got from Conair works amazingly well. Like, I will concede that with things like straighteners and curling irons, there is somewhat of a difference based on products you use. But as far as blow dryers, unless you have like really curly hair and you need something really specific for that, like my hair's just normal. It just vibes. It just does what it does. You don't need these crazy expensive over the top luxury blow dryers. You can find something in like the $30 to $50 range, even the $20 range, that's going to work well for you and is going to dry your hair. I just think that they get you because it seems like you're getting so much, because you're getting to try all of these products from the brand, and you're getting a brush, and you're getting this really bougie looking blow dryer. But I think what you have to remind yourself is like you're paying for the bouginess looking of it. Like, you're paying for it because it looks bougie. That's the whole point. Like, that's what it is. I know it's tempting because they seem like really good deals compared to how much they usually are, but it's going to dry your hair the exact same way as any of these other brands, especially in a time when we're going to be seeing kind of an unprecedented number of sales on more luxury items. I think it's really important to, and I have to do this too because I am so guilty of like being so sucked into hype and name brand things. Like, I do this all the time, and I have to check myself of being like, you would only be buying it for the name. Even though it's a decent deal at what it is, because it's like $25 off of what it normally would be, it's still way more expensive than something that you actually need. And I think that's just a really important reminder going through this holiday season, is check yourself and try to think about why you're buying something, what is motivating you to buy it, and if it wasn't on sale, would you even be considering it? Because probably not. I also just think it's worth mentioning, when you're looking at these value sets, be really, really aware of how much value you're actually getting. Because I saw some that was like, it's a $4 difference. And if you were to buy it full price or with the value, and like, that's not worth it. If you're not getting at least like a $15 to $20 savings, it is literally not worth it to buy the entire set. Just go buy the one thing you want the most from the set. That should be like the kind of rule of thumb, because they do this on purpose. They'll put like massive value and then it's like $3. That's not a massive value. Stop trying to play with us, brands, and just be smart and make sure you're really looking at those things so you're not like unnecessarily buying products just to get another product. You know what I mean? I feel like that's important. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I cannot believe the first video of Glowmas is over. I'll come back tomorrow at this time. We have the very first collaboration of Glowmas. I wonder if you guys can guess who. We have the very first collab of Glowmas. It's gonna be a good one. I'm very excited about the video. It's a lot of fun. So come back tomorrow. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, including my Glowmas merch, my social media, and everything I'm wearing on my face will be linked down below, along with links and information about the Georgia Senate runoff races that are happening on January 5th. Super important to stay informed, to stay involved. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!